Alright, man, I'm back. We back. Y'all asked for it, and I'm here to deliver it. The Justice League Historically Accurate Part 2. If you haven't seen the first one, please go watch it. And if you haven't seen any other historically accurate videos from me, like the Batman Villains one, please go watch it as well. Aside from that, let's get right into it. Starting off with Green Lantern, the Emerald Knight. More specifically, Hal Jordan, the classic Green Lantern in DC Comics. He is known for his bravery, sense of justice, and leadership skills, as well as his history as a test pilot. Furthermore, Hal Jordan went from being a test pilot to one of the most legendary Green Lanterns to ever wield a ring. If I were to draw parallels between Hal Jordan and a historically accurate figure, the most fitting counterpart would be Chuck Yeager, the legendary test pilot who became the first pilot to break the sound barrier and also fought in World War II. Here are the 3 reasons why I picked Chuck. Number 1, skilled test pilots and leadership. You see, Chuck is one of the most famous test pilots in history and is widely regarded as a pioneer in aviation. Like Hal Jordan, Chuck was also a test pilot who displayed immense courage and a sense of adventure, frequently pushing the limits of what was possible in flight, such as becoming the first person to break the sound barrier in 1947, flying the Bell X-1 at Mach 1. And in terms of leadership, Hal Jordan doesn't just fight battles, he leads other Lanterns and is one of the central figures in the Green Lantern Corps. His sense of duty, responsibility, and leadership is key to his character. In the same light, Chuck too was a natural leader. He served as a leader in the US Air Force, where he was responsible for training other pilots, and in many ways, he was a mentor to those who followed in his footsteps. In addition, his leadership skills were honed during his military career, and he was often looked up to as a role model by younger soldiers. Number 2, personality traits. Hal Jordan is often depicted as a cocky, confident test pilot before he becomes Green Lantern, and Chuck shared many of these traits in real life. Chuck's daring feats and fearless attitude in the face of danger aligns with Hal Jordan's heroic and often fearless nature. Moreover, Chuck's confidence was legendary. He was known for his coolness under pressure and his ability to maintain control in life or death situations. Much like Hal Jordan, Chuck had an innate belief in his own skills, often taking on dangerous flights that others would shy away from. As a result, his self-assured nature earned him the respect of his peers and allowed him to accomplish feats that had never done before. And number 3, heroism and legacy. Chuck served as a fighter pilot in World War II, where he showed great courage and skills in combat. Similarly, Hal Jordan displayed courage in his role as a Green Lantern, often facing cosmic threats without hesitation. Chuck's achievement in breaking the sound barrier and his contribution to military aviation has cemented his place as an American hero, much like how Hal Jordan has earned his place as a central figure in the DC universe as an important member of the Green Lantern Corps and the Justice League. All in all, Chuck Yeager stands out as the real-life counterpart to Hal Jordan due to their shared characteristics of daring, leadership, bravery, and pioneering spirit in their respective fields, aviation and superheroism. Moving on to Cyborg, also known as Victor Stone. He is a character who's a blend of a man and a machine. Victor Stone is a former member of the Teen Titans and a current member of the Justice League, who wrestles to preserve his humanity with every new upgrade. If I were to pick a historically accurate counterpart to Cyborg, it would likely be someone who has experienced significant advancement in technology and robotics, and has been involved in groundbreaking work that blurs the line between the human body and technology. The person that fits that description the most is Dr. Hugh Herr, a biophysicist, engineer, and inventor, widely regarded as one of the pioneers in the field of biomechanics and prosthetics. And also, this guy is literally a living cyborg. He has 2 cybernetic legs because of an accident. However, there is a caveat to this. Hugh is still alive and relatively young, so some may not consider him as a historical figure, But to that I say there are plenty of people who are historical figures that are still alive today because of their innovation, political acumen, passion, or celebrity. For example, Elon Musk, Trump, Bezos. I mean, after 100 years, we will still be talking about these guys. Anyways, back to Hugh. Here are the reasons why I chose him. Firstly, integration of technology with the human body. Victor Stone's transformation into cyborg was a result of a tragic accident that led to his body being rebuilt with advanced technology, turning him into a machine-human hybrid. His story often revolves around the struggle to reconcile his human identity with the technological advancement that makes him a superhero. In a similar way, Hugh is a double amputee, having lost both of his legs in a rock climbing accident at a young age. Instead of accepting a life limited by his disability, Hugh became a leading innovator in prosthetics. He developed high-tech prosthetic limbs that function more like real human limbs, including bionic legs that allow him to climb mountains again. Therefore, Hugh has integrated technology into his own body, similar to how Cyborg uses technology to enhance and expand his physical abilities. Secondly, humanitarian efforts in technology. Cyborg uses his new body and technological abilities to protect humanity. His powers allow him to interface with computers, hack mother boxes, create boom portals, and fight powerful foes, all while struggling with his identity as a machine. Cyborg represents the potential of technology to improve lives while also confronting its dehumanizing effects. In a similar fashion, Hugh's work is not just about personal gain, it's about helping others. His innovations in prosthetic limbs have helped countless people regain mobility and independence. His work with bionic limbs has improved the quality of life for many people with disabilities, providing them with more functional and advanced prosthetics. Much like Cyborg, Hugh is a symbol of how technology can be used for good to overcome adversity and enhance human potential. And thirdly, a symbol of resilience. Cyborg's story is one of resilience, both physical and emotional. Despite the trauma he has endured, he continues to fight for justice, often working with the Justice League to protect the world. He embodies the idea that even in the face of tragedy, one can rise to greatness and use technology for good. Likewise, Hugh's resilience is just as profound. After losing both of his legs, he didn't accept the limitations of his disability. Instead, he pushed the boundaries of what technology could do for people with disabilities. His ability to climb again using his own prosthetic limbs is a powerful testament to human ingenuity and determination. Hugh's work has inspired many people to not only accept, but also embrace new technological solutions in the face of personal challenges. Ultimately, his work in merging human capabilities with technology and his personal story of overcoming major physical challenges make him the ideal parallel to Victor Stone. And lastly, Shazam, or Captain Marvel. When Billy Batson speaks the name of an ancient wizard, he transforms from a child into the world's mightiest mortal, Shazam. His historical counterpart is the biblical child king of Judah, Josiah. He was born in 648 BCE and became a king at just 8 years old after the assassination of his father, King Ammon. Here are the two main reasons why I chose him. Number 1. Power at a young age. Both Billy Batson and King Josiah obtained power at a very young age. In the case of Shazam, Billy was granted power from the wizard Shazam at just 14 years old, as he was seen as a worthy champion. He became a kid with powers of a demigod, and still ended up using his powers responsibly and for good. Much like King Josiah, Josiah ascended the throne of Judah at just 9 years old. He chose to use his power and influence for good, as he is seen as the last righteous king before the fall. For example, Josiah's reign was marked by his efforts to restore the worship of God in Judah. Upon discovery of the Book of the Law, he instituted reforms to bring the people back to righteousness, rid the nation of idol worship, and return the people to following God's commandments. Moreover, he cleansed the temples and ensured that religious practices were in alignment with the laws set out by Moses. The second and final reason is divine empowerment. Billy Batson becomes Shazam by invoking the name of a powerful divine-like figure who is the source of his power. These powers come from ancient Greek gods and mythical figures like Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury, each of whom grants Billy incredible durability, strength, wisdom, dexterity, speed, and courage. In a similar light, Josiah's leadership was profoundly influenced by divine guidance, and his reign of peace was said to be of God's doing according to the Bible. In 2 Kings chapter 22, verse 18 to 20, it speaks to Josiah's peaceful reign as a reward for his righteousness and dedication to God. Thus, he is considered a righteous king, not just by the people, but by God himself. He sought God's guidance and acted in accordance with God's law. His reforms were motivated by his beliefs in God's justice, and his authority was framed within the divine mandate to lead his people towards righteousness. In conclusion, both Shazam and Josiah were empowered by forces beyond themselves. Shazam through magical and divine powers from Greek gods, and Josiah through divine guidance in the form of prophecy and the discovery of sacred scripture.
On it off the jet, goddamn. I don't get no rest, goddamn. I want my respect, goddamn. I been running up a check, yeah.